Morning, it's Barbara. It is still morning, although it's later than I've been doing lately. It's a beautiful, bright, sunny day, and things are quiet here. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Well, everyone's off. Well, Dennis isn't. Dennis and I are alone in the house today. Aura and Vicky and Kim are all off to stay with, to visit with Aura's cousin. I have a hair right over my camera. I wonder if you can even see that. Hold on. There we go. I don't know if you could have seen that or not. Every once in a while, my phone tells me, these would look a lot better if you cleaned your camera. But I think that's the ones in the back, which I hardly ever use. Anyway, meanwhile, good morning. So it's quiet here. The girls are relaxing. We had a wonderful day yesterday of visiting. Bonnie came at noon. That's Aura's niece, Dennis's cousin Bonnie. And we had a lovely visit with her. She loves the dogs, which is good because our dogs are so crazy. And her visit overlapped a little bit, so she got to see Jason and Allison and the girls. They came around 2. And of course the dogs went nuts because those granddaughters are the dog's favorite people in the world. Isabel is Pearl's favorite person, and Sam is Maisie's favorite person. So Sam comes in her father's arms because Maisie goes crazy, and when she's in that frantic mode, she's scary to Sam, who's 7 and small. She's small for your age, apparently. She said she's the shortest person in her class, which I think is interesting. But anyway, we've had a discussion about how, being short is perfectly fine. And she's like, oh, I like being short. I'm like, oh, good, because you know what? You are exactly how you're supposed to be. We had that conversation. But anyway, so she, blockades herself on the couch till Maisie calms down. But half an hour after she was here, Maisie was laying on the floor and Sam was laying on top of her. And they were sitting so contentedly on the floor being together. So it's... Although when Sammy and Maze are on the move, Sam gets a little nervous because Maisie's really big. Anyway, so lots of goings on, getting the dogs settled a little bit and visiting, and we had a lovely time. We played some games. I bought this new game I told you about with the magnets. It was fun, but it wasn't as fun as left, center, right, and so we played left, center, right, and had a wonderful time. And Dennis made a gorgeous dinner, yummy dinner, shakshuka. And I will see if I can find a link to shakshuka and put it below so that you can see what we're talking about. But it's a North African stew. It's vegetarian, mostly tomatoes and peppers. And then it's served with an egg, like poached in it, and feta cheese, and it's delicious. Dennis thought that Allison and Jason had it before, but they didn't remember it, but they loved it. They loved it. So we had an absolutely delicious dinner with cheesecake and fluff for dessert. And a fabulous time was had by all. It was really nice. And then while we were sitting at the table, Isabel proposed a game where we had to go around and in the alphabet and name something in our categories, whatever our categories were. And we played for several categories: animals, songs, occupations, musical instruments. Anyway, we did quite a few of them, and we had a lot of fun with that. So anyway, we had a good time. We had a lovely time. By the time they left 7:30-ish, I think. I was tired, I have to admit. And I ended up with a little bit of a headache, so I had an early night. I had my light off at 10. Yeah, crazy. But I hadn't slept very well at all the night before, so that's part of it too. Anyway, wonderful day, wonderful, lovely day. And now it's quiet in here, which is also nice. And the girls are all out having fun with Sarah Ann and Mary Grace, and yeah, so they'll have lunch there. Vicky has plans tonight. Every time she comes, she has a night out with her friends from work. because Vicky lived around here for quite a while and worked in the same company that Dennis worked at. And so she has lots of friends that she keeps in touch with. And so they get together at a local establishment to sit around and talk and reminisce and drink. She's going to go do that tonight. And then tomorrow she leaves. I think Dennis is going to take her about noon. I think he'll have to leave about noon to take her to the airport. This is my subtle way of letting him know that I expect him to do the driving to the airport. He's sitting right here listening. Because her flight is at 3. She likes to get there a couple hours early. It'll take almost an hour to get there. So we have her until noon, and that'll be that. Her mother has really enjoyed having her here, company, you know, sitting in her sitting room with her coffee in the morning and chit-chatting. And that's been really fun for her. She's had a good time. And she will miss her when she's gone. I'm quite sure about that. And we've enjoyed having her, so that's nice. But she's planning to come again in the spring, although it's funny because it feels like the spring isn't that far away, time-wise. So I think she's talking end of May, June, something like that. Coming a few times a year to hang out with her mom, and that's good. And we've seen Kim more this week than we've seen her in the last 2 months. Well, you know, hanging with her sister. So, anyway, it's been really fun, but it's quiet here now, and that's a good thing too. We're enjoying that. So today I'm in the middle of a book. I'm in the middle of a book, and I turned my book off because it's on my phone, and went to sleep last night. That's how tired I was. You know, I don't do that very often. So I have a book. I have some knitting. I work on my leg warmers. I have stitching. I'm so behind on my dragon. And Christy and I canceled last night. Both she and I, it didn't work out for either of us, and that's okay. But I should do some stitching. And I have some vlogs and podcasts to watch because I'm infinitely behind on everyone. Anyway, so that's my day. I'm just going to sit and try to relax. Yesterday was quite busy, a lot going on, so I'm taking the day off, which I do regularly when I have things going on. I'm like, I need a vacation. I'm having a day off today. So, and Dennis is puttering with his wine and things like that. We're eating leftovers, so he doesn't have to cook. So he can do whatever he wants as well. Meanwhile, I'm going to go. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.